Welcome to the Nether of the Mindcrack Season 6 server. This is my... Don't you walk away from me. You come back here. I'm afraid to argue because my head will get stuck in the ceiling. But this leads to spawn. That leads to Kurt's over there eventually somewhere. And this doesn't lead anywhere yet. Come along. What we are going to do is make a portal and hope we end up where I want to end up. As far as I know, we should end up basically exactly where I want. However, I think either portals add in a bit of randomization, or it could offset maybe a little bit. I don't really know what's going to happen, but hopefully we're going to end up where we want, how we want to be. You wait here. I'm going to go first, okay? I don't know what to name the horse. Leave a suggestion below. Dun 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 dun. Alright. A little off from where I wanted to be, but not too shabby. We have a portal in our town, so we're going to make it look like this is basically exploded from the nether. That's why we came in from the nether side, because I wanted it to be a bit randomized. So we're going to make it look like this has just appeared from the nether side of things. As opposed to everybody always building a portal in the overworld, then going to the nether. We've built a portal in the nether to go into the overworld. And the horrors from within come spewing forth. Or, you know, maybe just a traveller who ended up building a portal. Just built a portal and then happened to end up in the middle of the town here. Who knows how it happened? Science, magic. But the way we're going to do it, I think, is replace some of the surrounding dirt, at least for now, with like an explosion of netherrack here. Is my current plan. Later on, the townsfolk might quarantine the area, build some kind of monument around it after they've investigated it and made sure it's relatively safe. You know, I've never had an other dimensional portal appear in my town, so I've not really seen how it should be handled from a townsfolk perspective. I assume there'd be some kind of town meeting about it, and people would talk, and you know, it'll be news for about a week. My local paper wouldn't report on it because my local paper sucks, but you know. Like, seriously, if there's ever crime or anything in the area, they don't report on it at all. I have to go to alternative news sources to find out, like, what's actually happened. It's kind of crazy like that. But anyway, that's the kind of thing we're going to be doing in this portal here. Just like I said, have it spewing forth its nethery goodness all over the land. We'll probably have it a bit denser up close here. And then a bit sparser further out. Maybe something all the way up here even. Maybe even up to here. It kind of looks like it's burst forth from the ground, I think. I like it. Anyway, let's work out what else we want to do in the town here. Holy crap, my horse nearly died. Alright, it's been a little bit of time since the last segment was recorded there. In fact, it's been about 24 hours. I don't need the dirt. We'll throw the dirt out. Let's go park up our horse over here. Now, a couple of things I would like to talk to you about. One of the things is not Tad, because I haven't had my email about Tad yet. That will be coming sometime within the next 12 hours, I would guess. It normally comes around lunchtime on Monday, and right now it's Sunday night, or early Monday morning, depending on the way you look at it. Hey, quick note from editing me here. I did get my email on Monday like I assumed I would, but I can now share it with you here. So, last week we had 77 unique funders. 77! That's pretty good! I like it! 88,840 tads from you guys. So that's an average of 1,154. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we had 6, and 7 unique funders on each of those days. Thursday was when the video up. We saw a huge spike to 59 unique funders. It did trail off from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was 32, 24, 15. So maybe half a loss almost on Thursday to Friday, and then only 8 or so loss between Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But still, thank you. Like, see how easy Tad is? And So basically, Tad has paid me, or should be paying me at some point. I haven't actually received my funds yet, which is a little worrying. I'm going to have to email them about that. But we should be receiving quite a big bump to the Adlington channel, which goes a long way to buying equipment and other good things that we can show off and play with and do on the channel. You know, all kinds of good stuff. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Here's hoping, can we hit 80 funders for next week? That's it. Just 3 more. If you didn't do Tad last week, then go ahead, do Tad this week. And we can get 80. Come on. We can do 80. We can maybe do 100, but I'm just aiming for 80 now. Get a round number on it. Just add 3 more. Anyway, back to the video. But, actually, well, here, let's grab that. But yes, a couple of things I would like to talk to you about is the fact that you have shown a whole bunch of support on Tad via Twitter and via the comments in the last video, all that kind of good stuff. Thank you so much for that. It has been absolutely fantastic. Like, you guys like, care, you know, is all I can say. Like, it's just so many comments and so many Twitters and all that kind of stuff. Like, hey, I've supported you on Tad. Hey, I've supported you on Tad. It blows my mind. Like, I know I keep going on about how Tad is super easy. It takes like 5 minutes to watch a few adverts and all that kind of stuff. But to actually go and do it, that still takes effort, you know? I've seen some people doing it day in, day out, and that takes even more effort. And it's like, you actually give a damn about the channel. And that's a really nice feeling, you know? It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Another thing that makes me feel warm and fuzzy, do not worry, I am not going to give any spoilers at all, so feel free to, or don't panic and turn off the video, but I went and saw Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them today. I'm going to give my opinion. If you count that as a spoiler, then I guess you can leave, but I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm not normally a person in a movie to laugh out loud or gasp or like make any kind of noise. Like when I'm watching a movie in a theater, especially, it's like we're watching a movie, dead silent. Everybody else, shut the hell up. We're watching a movie. Just deal with it. This one though, I was laughing. There's a couple of moments where I gasped or whatever, you know. There's a shock or a surprise or whatnot, which I don't think is technically a spoiler. If you don't have any kind of shocks or surprises, there's not much of a plot there, is there? But yeah, loved it. Absolutely 100% loved it. I don't think I have any complaints on that movie at all. Does that heal you? I think so. Cool. I'm gonna have some bread. You have to eat, I'll have some bread with your leftovers. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, loved it. 100%. Very excited to see what they're doing next with the series. Hopefully it's not going to be called like Fantastic Beasts and XYZ. I hope they go with different names for each movie and don't try to shoehorn in characters that shouldn't be there and stuff like that. That's the part that worries me right now. But based on Fantastic Beasts, I believe JK's screenwriting is up to snuff, and the production team and whatever are working on it. I think they're going to do a fantastic job, and yeah, just loved it. One thing I didn't love is when we got out of the movie, our car had been broken into, which really puts a downer on your day, really. Like, why do that? Our friend's car, we went to see it with a couple of friends. Their car was broken into as well. And there was no damage done to the car, like, at all. No windows broken, no handles smashed, or whatever. Nothing, no kind of damage. It doesn't look like anything was lockpicked or anything, so I don't think it was like a professional job, where they would pick the lock and all that kind of stuff. You'll have to forgive me. My car security knowledge is not up to snuff. Like, I don't know if you can pick a car's lock. It's a 2015 model, so it's a modern car. But yeah, it's a very weird feeling. Because what happened? We came out of the theater, and my wife drives. I can't legally drive in Canada at the moment, so my wife does the driving. And we had a friend of ours who was going to be in the back seat. We came back to the car after the movie, and we have like in the glove box we normally have a slip of it's a booklet, binder, notepad thing, whatever, with insurance documents or registration, that kind of stuff that in the US, or in the Americas, I suppose, you're legally required to keep in your vehicle for whatever particular reason. So we had that information. That information was put on the passenger side seat, where outside of the glove box, and the glove box was open. And me sitting in the passenger side seat, I, one, never opened the glove box, hardly ever, and I, two, would have known if that document was on the seat, because, I would either feel it under my butt, or I would have put it there when I sat up, and I did neither of the things. So that was kind of the clue we had that something happened. If that hadn't happened, we probably would have had no idea. At all. Like I said, there was no damage to the car. The only thing, luckily, that was missing was a $1.25, which we use, like, if a supermarket needs money to release a shopping cart to you, that's what that money's there for. Basically, it's a shopping loony, is what we call it. So that money was taken from the cup holders in the middle of the car. We didn't have anything else in the car, as far as I'm aware. We had some CDs in the back, but they seem to have been... I don't know if they were untouched, but the bags in the back of the car were definitely moved. Some reusable grocery bags we have in the back of the car. They were definitely moved. One of them had CDs in it, but as far as I'm aware, all the CDs are still there. Same with, like, there's either de-icer or windshield washer fluid or something like that. That was still there as well. Things like the ice scraper in the boot or in the trunk or whatever you want to call it, that was still there as well. So I don't know if they didn't find it, or if they didn't want to take it, or whatever, and there doesn't seem to be any damage to the console itself to attempt to hotwire the car. Our friend's car was also seemingly broken into, and like I said, the one common factor was that, or they know for sure that they left their car unlocked. Like, their locks are pretty crappy on their car, from what I understand, so they know for sure that their car was unlocked. And I'm assuming ours was too, and this just work as, like, some kid or druggie or whoever just trying all the cars in the particular parking lot, see if any were unlocked, and see if they could take anything worthwhile from inside. Is my assumption, but, it's still it's a weird feeling. Oh, I already made a stupid workbench. But yeah, it's a weird feeling to know that it's happened, and I'm unsure how I feel about it. Like, part of me is creeped out, I suppose. It's a hard feeling to describe, but it gives me an uneasy feeling, But that was fun to come to. Like I said, we got lucky in that not much was stolen, but we certainly need to look into some kind of security. I would like to get some kind of camera, like a dash cam normally, But even then, I would feel uncomfortable leaving it in the vehicle. But I would like to get one that looks into the cabin as well, the cabin of the vehicle, to see if anybody opens the doors or whatever. That would be super useful. I know there's little like GPS tracking devices you can get for cars if in the event that it gets stolen, that kind of stuff. I'd like all that, you know. Security is always something that's been on the back of my mind, but it's always something I regret to say that I'm never really proactive in. It's like, oh, we'll be okay, or I'll get it next week, or I don't really have enough money for it now, or whatever. But when stuff like this happens, it's like, I wish I had it, you know? At that point, it's a bit late. I should probably get on doing that. So, yeah, I've been looking into some security options. If you guys have any kind of suggestions or ideas or anything that you might use or your parents use or you've seen or whatever, let me know in the comments for that, because it's not something I'm super versed in, but it's something I'm definitely interested in right now. But anyway, that leads us to our kind of theme for this episode. I don't really have one. I was planning on technically doing the Tad houses, but I might just do those off camera and show you guys. I'm not entirely sure yet. Either way, I need to get a whole bunch of materials. I need to work in the tree farm for a while to gather a whole bunch of wood to make various houses. That will be super useful. So for now, we are working on the security of the town. This is a guard tower. There is going to be a similar guard tower. In fact, I think you can just see the cobble outline there. There's going to be one, I believe, just about there on that hill. Maybe one on that hill over there as well. But basically, from here to here is going to be wall. And somehow maneuvering around this stupid ravine. And then between those two mountains, eventually is going to be wall as well. It's going to be gated. But for now, it's just going to be a little bit of a watchtower. There'll be a fire burning in the top of each watchtower for signaling purposes. I'm just trying to work out what kind of height we want here. So right now we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish blocks, maybe. You get a good view around the area. Let's see how it looks from the various hillsides, if it's any good. You have to forgive me, I don't know if it's because I've just been out in public for the last couple of days, or what, but my throat is feeling a bit scratchy and a bit sore. So my voice is kind of a bit weird sounding today occasionally. Hopefully it's not going to affect the recording too much, because with the new schedule that I'm trying to stick to, it's very recording intensive. I don't ever get a free day, actually. Right now, the schedule for recording-wise is Sunday nights I record the Monday Mindcrack episode. Kind of looks like it should be a bit taller, maybe. It looks very squat from down here. But if we make it much... I almost think it should double in height, looking at it from here. But if we do double its height, it's going to be obnoxiously tall from the top of the mountain. But yes, anyway, on Sundays I record Monday's Mindcrack episode. On Mondays I live stream the PlayStation 4 series, right now alternating between Assassin's Creed and Deus Ex, which if you haven't watched those on the channel, you should definitely go check those out. They're two excellent games. Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Deus Ex Human Revolution. Or Mankind Divided, sorry, not Human Revolution. Yeah, definitely two very good games. Go check out the series on the channel if you are so interested. Then on Tuesdays, I'm recording Wednesday's Mindcrack episode. Then on Wednesdays, I am recording an entire week's worth, at least, of Lego Dimensions. Almost looks a bit boxy. Too boxy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, it's definitely shorter than it is taller. I almost feel... Should we make it thinner? I'm wondering if making it thinner would be better. Although we are going to lose a bit of the curve if we do that. Because it would come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And probably like that. And then 1, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever you said. So from the outside, we would probably lose a bit of the curve, right? Because it would... We would lose that. We would lose that. It still has the one inlet, I suppose. We can try it. Why not? Might as well try it. Let's give it a go. I'm going to talk for a little bit more while we do that, and then we'll come back to probably a finished product. But yes, on Wednesdays I record a week's worth of LEGO Dimensions. On Thursdays it's the Mindcrack stream. Then on Saturdays it is a Hitman live stream. And then on Sundays it is recording this, which we're recording now, the Mindcrack for Monday. So yeah, quite intensive. 4 streams and 3 days of recording. Most of it is scheduled for 2 hours. Mindcrack takes about 2 hours to 3 hours to record each episode, depending what we're doing. Or, in the case of the Guardian Farm, it takes literally forever. Then the streams are about 3 hours long, 2-3 hours long. And same with the Dimensions as well, that's about 2-3 hours. And then on top of that, it's recording other little side bits that are necessary for things like Dimensions, the separate model building, or doing any kind of the bonus videos. We're going to have some LEGO Advent Calendar videos going up, some more Kaladesh boosters. Those are going to be released over this week. The rule summary, game nights, those kind of videos, they take forever to make, but they'll go up as well. So, you know, it's on the intensive side right now. Still go, but hey-ho. Anyway, I'm going to build some guard tower-y goodness, and I'll be back with you guys in a second. Well, I just got shot by a skeleton. Ah, well, let's go grab our stuff. I'll show you what we've done. I didn't realize I talked for so long in the start of the video there. Normally, these videos are much more... They have a more building focus, and it's several short clips over the course of several hours, but that was like 15, nearly 20 minutes of just solid talking. So it's been a different style of episode today, but that's alright. Mix things up a bit, I suppose. This is what we have so far up on the tower there. I feel like either that fire is going to need to be raised or needs to be larger, but you can certainly see it, which is good. I haven't done the one over there yet, or the one over there, but wherever you are in the town, you should at least be able to see one burning fire, apart from if you're behind the trees. Good evening, creeper. Don't blow up my horse! You... Whew. Nope. Negative. Okay. Well, that hurt. That happened. You okay, horse? Ah, you're doing fine. Alright. So yeah, that's our little guard tower up there. We're going to take a quick journey up to the top after I bake the potatoes I don't have. Alright, fair enough. Let's go have a gander up here. So I've also got a bit of a stairway going up the hillside here. Not a huge fan of it. Stairways, especially trying to go naturally up a hill in Minecraft, are very hard to do, I think. That's what we have at the top here. So we're going to have this little bit of a side room, which I haven't got round to finishing yet. My throat is getting much sorer as the night goes on here, so I think I'm going to take a lozenge and hit the sack, because I don't want to have to... I don't want to overstimulate my throat and end up not being able to record for like a week. So I think I'm just going to take a throat lozenge and hit the sack so to speak. Let's try this fire up here. So we have this open area at the top where the signaler would light fires in case of an emergency, or, you know, old-timey sending signals via fire and alerting people, oh, there's something going on. Let's burn stuff down to warn people. I don't know, I didn't live in these kind of times. That's probably a bit more visible and probably looks a bit bigger. I wish we'd get like a burning mob up there. That'd be really nice. Yeah, I think that looks a bit better. Bit more like, hey, this is like actual stuff going on. Like seeing the nether brick kind of helps. But again, I wish we could make like huge fire. Like a big bonfire of fire. That'd be really nice. Yeah, it's not terrible. I'm quite happy with it. Let me know what you guys think. But like I said, this is going to unfortunately be the end of this episode. Hopefully in here somewhere I've possibly post-edited TAD information in, because I would like to do that, because I like to let you guys know that, hey, this is how much you did, thank you for that. If you haven't gone and watched some TAD adverts, then certainly go and do so over at givetad.com/adlington. Fantastic way to support the channel. Patreon and PayPal also available for your supporting pleasure. Go check out some of the other videos on the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in another Mindcrack probably, or something. I don't know.